moving on to the next story, because today we're talking all about the marriages. It's the step marriages. Now let's move into what? Polygamous relationships, aka polygamous marriages. Now, Pastor Elizabeth Mokoro, who has been very vocal in her church, so much so that she was being flamed the other day and being told she's not an outright SDA member, because the kind of messaging that she pushes is not in agreement with what the SDA church stands for. Now, she's continued to pursue her speaking and doing her pastoral duties, and this time it landed her at Lynn Ngugi's show. Now, during this conversation with Lynn Ngugi, she was very clear about one of two things, and I really love it. Let's go, Pastor. Let's go, Pastor Elizabeth. Because she said, all of these polygamous relationships, let's stop sanitizing them. All they are adulterous relationships, aka that man had an adulterous relationship with another woman, that woman had an adulterous relationship with another man, and now you're pretending at let's come together as polygamy. Because I keep asking the same question, and I will ask it, but I'm moving ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself. A quote from her really powerful message was that Mistress Mpango Wakando, baby mama is a language for what? They are accepting what they are supposed to, they are acceptable on the other side. They say that those families must be recognized, and people are easily being baby mamas. It is acceptable in the world of Shechem. I don't even know where that is.
Shechem.
But Shechem.
It's giving sin.
In Israel, it really is. It really is like sanctify. It's really giving that. Anyway, in Israel, that was called adultery, which bars you from an eternity, from living in heaven and so on and so forth. If you take it a notch higher, they call it polygamy. Polygamy belongs to the world of Shechem, aka sanctify, and it is sanitized adultery. It is adultery, now we sanitize it. Just accept that there's another wife in your home, okay? So unasema kuna mpango wa kando mahali, sijui kuna child chick, sijui kuna baby mama, anakuambia adulterer, tata.
Yes.
All of you say, Papa, all of you adulterers, Shechem, Shechem to you. Anyway, I know. Anyway, so basically, she actually did proceed to say that as long as people need to if a woman has come, number one needs to know, my war is not with the woman. My war is the one who has sent her. She is the agent of the devil.
Amen.
Focus on the one that sent her. Akasema sijui tukitoana wig aje sasa. Hata wacha weaves. Kushika simu kupiga ati wewe ni nani.
Who's this?
Don't bother with this girl. And do you know that they love it when they bother you? And I'm just like, hey, Shandara Babayoko, let's get into it. Let's get into it, because this is giving, like, I'm even imagining her tone as she's speaking, because honestly, it's giving very break down these bad practices. These are cultural norms which, again, have been accepted in the culture, have been accepted in society, but they are, one, not religiously acceptable. Remember, in Israel, Shechem, they used to call it what? Adultery, okay? So just so you know, wherever you are, you're keeping your mpango wakando zuku, accept you are an adulterer.
You're not a polygamous man.
Accept that you are a polygamous man, or well, we're talking about polygamy. Let's not talk about.
You're not a polygamous man. You're an adulterer.
You're an adulterer.
Yeah.
And then you're sanctifying it as polygamy, which is already bad enough. And you need to have the respect of telling your partner that you have another wife somewhere else. And the wives, you've been told, stop quarreling with these baby mamas, with these side chicks, with these mpango wakandos. Come for your man. Papa, adulterer, what kind of man are you bringing this kind of nonsense and adultery and sin into my house? I want to go to eternity. Why are you stopping my reggae for going to eternity? What is wrong with you? Long story short, I completely agree with her and everything that she said, and I 100% approve this message.
True. You really do have to listen to this woman because she
Child.
does speak sense. Sometimes the
does.
delivery is off and
Yeah.
it look like
Yeah.
she's attacking you and your aunties and your mothers and your fathers. But she is right, to be honest. I have never seen the sense in calling the other woman. It makes absolutely no sense. It's like if a snake came and bit me here, and then I go to the snake's father and say, hey, why is your child
your
beating
snaky
me?
child is biting me.
What do you mean? I feel like if your man is stepping out on you, if your husband is doing all of these things, if your husband is buying people guarana, okay? Don't come on the internet and start addressing the side chick and saying, you are shameless, shame on you. No. If anything,
like the woman from last week?
Exactly.
Oh my
If
days.
anything, that empowers them, because I have now realized that this woman is not actually attacking her husband. She's attacking me. So that means she's not leaving her husband. So now I need to ask myself, what is here in this husband that is not
she's
being
fighting
left?
for?
Okay, I must also discover Canaan. I will stay here. We will fight for this man. So please, if you find out your husband is cheating on you, before you pick up the phone, before you steal this girl's phone number, can you hold yourself in the ear and say, hey, is it the home wrecker? Who is the home wrecker? Who opened the door for the thief? It is my husband. Go and address it with your husband. And if you feel in your soul, in your heart, that you're unable to leave this man, address nobody. Okay? If you have realized, you know what? I actually cannot live with this man. I'm not ready to let him go. Don't fight this.
Pull up your big old panties and exit the chat. Exit the chat.
And don't be doing subliminal messages.
Goat wife. That nonsense for goat wife.
You post quotes on Instagram, madam.
Apana ni WhatsApp status. Refu tena.
You're too old for that, for subliminal and vague messaging. If you're not leaving your husband, don't involve us. Because it's usually such a task on our hearts. Anytime we see something suspicious on your status, we want to know what is happening, but at the same time, you're blaming the devil. Anyway, mambo ni mengi.